My jealous sister spent a year sabotaging my wedding because she is older, so I faked canceling it and invited her to the wrong venue. It started when I got engaged last January. My sister Amy was 32 and still single. I was 28. She'd always said she'd get married first because she was older. When Brandon proposed, Amy smiled and hugged me, but her eyes were cold. First it was small stuff. She convinced our mom I should wait until spring because winter weddings were tacky. Then spring was too rainy. Then summer was too hot. Then fall was too basic. I'd already lost 6 months. When I finally picked a date for this November, Amy suddenly had a work conference that weekend. Can't you pick another date? She asked. The conference is mandatory. I checked with her company. There was no conference. Then the venue disaster started. I'd book a place, Amy would call them pretending to be me, and cancel. 3 venues, 3 cancellations. The 4th venue finally called me to confirm the cancellation, and I realized what was happening. I confronted her. Why are you sabotaging my wedding? She played dumb. I would never. Maybe you're too stressed. Maybe you should postpone. Next, she told our relatives I was rushing into marriage. Our aunt called me concerned. Amy says Brandon might not be ready. Our cousin texted asking if I was pregnant because Amy implied that's why we were hurrying. She told our dad the wedding was too expensive and maybe they should stop contributing money until I was more stable. When she called my makeup artist pretending to be me and canceled, I was done. Brandon was furious. Just uninvite her. But that would cause family drama. I needed something better. I started telling Amy the wedding was in chaos. Venue canceled again. Caterer backed out. Brandon and I were fighting. Maybe we should postpone, I said one night at dinner. Amy barely hid her smile. If you're not ready, you're not ready. 2 weeks before the wedding, I called Amy crying. We're canceling everything. Brandon and I need time. She immediately called our mom to report the news, triumphant. I told you she was rushing. Here's what Amy didn't know. The wedding was still happening. Everyone else knew the real plan. I'd called every single guest except Amy and explained the situation. They were all disgusted with her behavior and agreed to keep quiet. The morning of my wedding, Amy texted me. How are you doing? Canceled weddings are hard, but you made the right choice. I responded, actually, we decided to try one more venue, just to talk things through with the coordinator. Can you come for support? 2 p.m. at the Riverside Inn. Amy showed up to the Riverside Inn at 2 p.m. in jeans and a t-shirt, ready to support her heartbroken sister. The parking lot was empty. She texted me. Where are you? Running late. The coordinator is inside though. Tell her you're with the party. Amy walked into the empty Riverside Inn conference room, waited 20 minutes, called me. No answer. Texted again. There's nobody here. I responded, ask at the front desk. The desk clerk who I'd briefed earlier told her, no events today. But there's the Mitchell wedding across town at the Garden Plaza. Started at 1 p.m. Amy drove to the Garden Plaza in a panic. Walked in to find my reception in full swing. I was in my wedding dress, Brandon in his tux, surrounded by our family and friends. Everyone was dancing and laughing. The ceremony had been beautiful. Amy stood in the doorway in her jeans, staring. I walked over with a glass of champagne. Amy, you made it to the reception at least. You said it was canceled, she whispered. I said we were canceling everything with the other venues. This was always the plan. Our mom appeared. Amy, where were you? You missed the ceremony. I thought, she got the venues confused, I said sweetly. She went to the Riverside. Our dad frowned, but we sent the Garden Plaza address 3 times. Amy looked around desperately. Everyone was staring at her underdressed, disheveled appearance. Our grandmother shook her head. Missing your only sister's wedding? What kind of person does that? She tried to ruin it, Amy blurted out. She tricked me. I tilted my head. How could I trick you into missing my wedding? Unless you thought it wasn't happening. The room went quiet. Amy realized she'd admitted to knowing the wedding was supposedly canceled, which meant she'd been happy about it, which meant everyone now understood exactly what kind of sister she was. She left before the cake cutting.